Yo. So, are you gonna come out to lunch with us or what?
Don't you have anything more to say than that, Koda? Get your ass up. Come on. Matsun's really not in the mood to deal with your shit today.
I'll just eat lunch here, okay?
Huh? You're giving us lip now? I guess you won't be needing this stuff then.
We told you to get your ass up, you little slut. Oh, maybe you've started fucking guys on your lunch break now?
You're out here living the dream, aren't you?
Enough! Get your ass up!
What's the fucking holdup, Koda? You should be thanking us for even inviting you to come.
So slow. I can't fucking stand you.
Well, damn. So much for my appetite. You guys are making me sick.
Hey, who the fuck said that? We're making you sick, huh? You guys talking about us?
You see anyone else being assholes? Of course he's talking about you.
Yeah, I've about had it with you punks. This shit's getting old.
The fuck?
Ganging up on the same girl day after day make you feel real big?
Unfucking believable that it takes 3 of them to do the job.
Seriously, you guys? You're taking Koda's side here? You know she's just a whore, right?
You okay, Koda-san? Just ignore these losers.
How low can you go? Calling someone a whore isn't gonna win you any points.
Right? Let's hear it for the picture of purity over here.
What the hell? Hey!
She can dish it, but she can't take it. Hope the boys are watching.
What?
What the fuck, man? If you want to talk shit, say it to my face.
What part of this don't you understand?
Yeah. You know what, guys? It's true. You guys just need to leave her alone.
He's right. He's totally right. What's your problem with her anyway?
Yeah, Koda didn't do anything wrong, guys.
Exactly. So back off Koda-san already.
Stop acting like little punks. Get the hell out of here.
When you guys going to lunch, go choke on a chopstick.
Oh, how does it feel now?
Just get going, would you?
Yeah. Toss them out.
What in the hell is going on here?
Hey, Matsu. Fuck this.
Yeah. Let's just go.
Fuck it.
Wow. I've never seen those kids band together like that.
They all knew what was going on in there now. It can be hard to speak up even when you know something happening right in front of you is wrong. Not so different from adults, right?
Yagami-san, was everything we just witnessed part of your plan?
It's just psychology. There's this concept called the bystander effect. According to the psychologists, when a person witnesses an incident, there's 3 things that run through their mind if other people are in the vicinity. 1, if no one else acts, it must not be urgent. 2, if no one else acts, I don't have to take action either. And 3, if I take action alone, I'll embarrass myself. The result? Everybody stands there and nobody takes action. I just figured if I could get even one person to step up and raise their voice, it would spur the rest of them to push past their inability to act. Penguins are the same way. You ever seen a flock of them hesitating to take a leap into the sea? One takes the first plunge and the others all start following after him.
The first penguin, you say? It's a fascinating term for a display of bravery. I've heard it said that overseas in America, the first penguin is a symbol of respect.
So for Yagami-shi, that would mean your voice was the first penguin in that classroom.
I can't say for certain this resolved your bullying problem. But here's hoping it's at least a good first step.
They're gone. You should be safe from them for a while.
What do you say we monitor the situation for now? Might not be wise for adults to intervene just yet.
I suppose, but it should be teachers and
You know what?
And if you'll excuse me.
Oh, come on, man. Lighten up a little. You didn't have to rub it in her face.
You know what she thinks? She thinks we're some bums off the...
Well, then, I apologize on her... Hard to admit this at my age, but I learned quite a...
Good stuff, yeah. Naturally.
Huh? Sorry, I have to... Hey, this is Yagami.
This is Shirosaki.
I have a rather urgent request for you. It concerns a trial we've been involved with.
Listen, Sari-san, I'm a little busy. I don't know if I can take a rush job at the moment. We aren't even in Kawachi right now. Actually, I'm in Yokohama.
Really? That's interesting.
I'm helping Sugiura out with a case for his new agency. We're on site right now. At Seiryo High School. Sari-san? You there?
Seiryo High? Somewhere near Ijincho? Is that the school?
Have you heard of it?
A college-age student teacher from that school went missing about 2 months ago. It was all very sudden.
Huh. I think I heard something about that, actually.
He himself was a Seiryo High graduate. He'd returned to his alma mater to finish his teaching credential.
Just a sec. How do you know so much about this?
The teacher's name is Hiro Mikoshiba, and his body was discovered a few days ago. They found him in one of Ijincho's abandoned buildings.
Huh?
The body was badly decomposed, but Kanagawa police have just released his identity. Moments ago, in fact.
Moments ago?
This gonna end today?
Thing is, someone else knew Mikoshiba was dead, before the police even confirmed it. A sex offender, Akihiro Ehara. I defended him in court. The day Mikoshiba disappeared, Ehara was arrested at the station for groping. He's also an active duty officer.
So you're saying he committed the murder too?
No. The victim was still alive while Ehara was at the station in Tokyo committing sexual battery. He was caught and arrested on the spot. And he's been in jail for the 2 months since.
So if I have this right, he has an alibi for the murder?
Right. But there's more to it. A few days ago, someone lit flares at the location of Mikoshiba's body. It obviously couldn't have been Ehara, so I suspect that's the real culprit. But whoever that is somehow connected to Ehara.
Otherwise, there's no other way he could have known about the body.
Exactly. There's clearly more to Ehara than an officer-turned-groper. More than likely, he's an accomplice to murder.
Okay. So do we have a motive?
4 years ago, Ehara's only son hung himself in their home. He was a student at Seiryo High at the time. And the way Ehara sees it, his death was the result of bullying at the hands of his classmate, Mikoshiba.
You mean it's revenge? In that case, could he possibly have hired someone else to kill the guy in his stead?
It's highly likely. As for my request, I'd like to see what you can find out. Mikoshiba's murder is too suspicious. Up until today, I wrote Ehara off as just another train groper. But he got arrested for that on the exact day that Mikoshiba was killed. It can't be a coincidence.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better alibi than being arrested for a different crime, right? Otherwise, the cops would have pinned him as suspect number 1.
But groping as an alibi? Why go to all that trouble? There had to have been a better way than that. I'm worried. As his attorney, I have to admit there's a chance Ehara planned this, which means I've made a critical oversight. Even worse, I let a misguided court issue a verdict. I can't allow that to stand. I need to reconsider both the harassment and the murder, because I think the truth is these cases are one and the same.
All right. Well, what can I do for you?
can you see if anyone at Seiryo High will talk about Mikoshiba? Right now, we need more information. And the first thing we should focus on is how and why he disappeared. That could give us a lead.
So, does this mean you're hiring me?
It does. Consider it an official request, if you would.
Okay, I'm on it. No better feeling when the jobs line up perfect.
Ijincho, Yokohama. A harbor town where rotting secrets rarely stay uncovered. The deceased was a student teacher who had vanished from a high school Yagami was investigating. Yet the linchpin to this case, a police officer named Ohara, was arrested for a different crime, a train groping that shocked the nation. Upon hearing the verdict, Ohara gave the court an ominous revelation: that the son he had lost was avenged.
Before I go all in, can we go over the defendant's profile? That way I'll have something to...
Sure. Akihiro Ihara, age 53. Senior officer he'd been stationed in Shinjuku and lived alone.
Lived alone?
His wife moved to Yokohama without him. Toshiro-kun ended up taking his life.
And the couple never...
Apparently his wife wanted nothing to... That's it for personal...
All right.
As for the charge, Ihara's maintained... Mind you, the prosecution has plenty against him. Security...
The same footage the media was plastering on TV?
Yes. Although some of it was edited for privacy or length. But it painted a clear enough picture.
Hard to dispute something you can see right in front of you. And what about when they handed down the verdict? Ihara flew off the handle or something?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Your Honor, in a warehouse, the body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba.
Ihara seemed convinced that Mikoshiba had bullied and to get his justice. However, the court ruled against him, claiming there was no... I still need to dig into the court record of that case to see if...
Sounds like I'm on deck then. I've got someone involved in the chairman of Seiryo.
Are you talking...
I don't know how you pull these things off, Yagami-san.
I'm listening.
Mikoshiba's murder hasn't been made public yet. The Kanagawa police will investigate the school soon enough.
They'd show us the door, lock it...
Exactly. Oh,
what's that?
Ihara's ruling was the day... That means we only have 13 more days. If we don't make our move, Ihara will walk out of court with a sex offense charge. And once his case is closed, it would take a miracle to get it. I'm sorry to give you a time limit instead of a viable...
Don't worry. I'll have to make do.
Thanks.
Yo.
Sorry. Actually, Kaito-san, can I fill you in later?
May I?
You sure can. Remember how you told me about a student?
Oh,
this is him.
How do you have that?
I'd like to ask a bit about him.
What is...
I'm afraid I can't give you any details. I'm sure you understand. I know that isn't much consolation. But if it's any comfort...
But don't you see? Mikoshiba-kun was
I
officially...
promise. I'll tell you everything I can when I can. I'll start with the basics. Mikoshiba-kun...
That's correct.
How long was he supposed to be?
3 weeks. It was as if all... Or at least that's...
Were you two not...
No. We'd had barely...
Wasn't there a pretty dark rumor about Mikoshiba-kun 4 years...
You mean what was dredged up on... However, in the subsequent law, the court found no evidence...
But you had your doubts, didn't you? So you called up...
Well, yes, the tragedy from 4 years ago does weigh on us.
Well, you say that. Yet I can't help circle. Why would the head of a school hire detectives to monitor his students and potentially even...
Well, for one thing, it would reflect poorly on our institution were I to open... Then there's the issue of bullying being recorded and shared online. You know what kind of firestorm that I should mention. I'm the one who takes the fall for it. My own privacy be damned.
That's fair. But what that still doesn't end... The police performed what's called a trace element inspection to prove the perpetrator came in contact. Even something as small as clothing fibers or skin cells can net you a...
And how is this relevant?
Oh, not a bad...
Were your thoughts on that...
Could this be what riled you up?
But this is...
This is footage of Akihiro Ihara 2 months ago, captured up in Tokyo. The man was an active duty police officer, so of course it made the rounds in the media. But you already knew all that. After all, he's the one who sued your school on account of what his son endured here.
Well, that's...
And now that he's in the spotlight, any more problems at Seiryo would... The police would dig up that suicide in no time. They might even reach the conclusion you would... I get the feeling that's why we're really here. To prevent another...
Oh, I see now. Our job's to sniff out any bullies.
That's simply not true.
You sure about that? The thought never even crossed you?
Perhaps it did. The scenario you described was... pain. Every time I saw Ihara-san on TV, I'd grow sick with worry that it could all boil over on us.
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any trouble.
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-sensei.
Her? Great.
See? I told...
How was I supposed to know?
So, would you like me to
No,
call
thanks.
her back here?
I should go see her myself.
In that case, you may want to go downstairs and see if she's in the faculty room.
I've got another chance
Sorry,
to
Kaito-san, but I'm fielding this one alone. Tsukumo, you guys can clear out too.
You're benching all of us? Just like that?
I don't understand the meaning.
If I had time to explain, I would.
I'm sorry. Did you...
Oh.
She should be back shortly.
Well, no, I just need to have a quick word with her is all.
It's right over there.
Thank you. Hey. Suspicious. Uh-huh.
you doing here? I thought you'd have gone by now.
Yes, well, I need to ask you a couple things.
Such as?
Such as how close you were to Hiro Mikoshiba.
What?
I heard from Chairman Okuda you were mentoring him.
Why do you, of all people?
Did you notice anything unusual? Any sign of trouble?
I can't say...
Is that really all you can tell me?
I said that's all.
You know what, let's start over. Why don't... You were already a teacher here. Back when a student here committed suicide. There were rumors, and Mikoshiba-kun's name came up as well.
Yes, but...
So he wasn't...
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. So as far... And during his time in training,
He's not the type...
I would say...
Then why would those rumors...
You're asking the wrong... 4 years ago, the court determined this school was not responsible...
You mean Ahara-san's lawsuit? The father of the student who... Well, I'm sure...
Yes, but what of it?
I believe Ahara-san still thinks...
Let me ask you...
By all means.
What are you trying to accomplish? Didn't you finish? If that wasn't enough, you got secure. You should have had the sense to leave.
Believe me, once I learn what I need about...
In that case, you've already...
One last question. You and anyone in particular that...
Mikoshiba-kun was in that club back when he was a...
The basketball club.
Yes. They all spent quite a bit of time.
All right. With that, I'll get out of your hair.
Just a minute!
Kaito-san, you there?
Why? You suddenly decide
don't be like...
you enjoy
You mean, did I enjoy getting eviscerated by her? That aside, I did get some interesting intel.
Huh?
I want to find those bullies in the basketball club.
So I...
Thanks. Close one. Almost got it.
Huh?
You're Koda-san from Class 2 too, right? Basketball too?
Yeah?
You have a second? I have some questions about a student teacher who taught classes here named Mikoshiba. Ow! Really?
Yo, you read me talk? That posse of little shitheads just went strutting into the gym with some bats.
Kaito-san, can you at least try to warn me a little sooner next time?
Why? You worried?
Hey! Why are you still here, asshole? Who the hell are you anyway?
Talking pretty big for taking a cheap shot while my back was turned.
You had it coming, shady old fuck!
Coda! Hey, you been spilling anything to this guy?
I didn't say anything.
I'll fill you in. I was asking her about Mikoshiba, a student teacher who disappeared from school not too long ago. You guys know him, right? The basketball club would.
Don't bother trying to talk to us like we're your fucking friends, asshole.
I wanna bash your fucking skull in. You'll die before I tell you shit.
You wiped the floor with us yesterday. Only fair for you to take a handicap.
I don't mind at all. Sure. All good. But it's still gonna be pretty one-sided.
You're so full of shit. I'm gonna kick your ass!
got a lot of guts for your age, kid. But come on. You really need a better outlet for all that aggression.
Let me go!
Just what on earth is going on in here?
Hey. Let's roll out.
I'm gonna do you a favor here and leave out the part about the bats.
Huh? Are you even listening?
Yes, ma'am. We were just horsing around a bit. Right?
Just horsing around is right.
You really are unbelievable. Why are you attacking defenseless students on their school property? How many times must I tell you to leave our school alone?
For what it's worth, the chairman asked me to be here.
Oh, good. Let's drag him into this. How should our chairman explain you to the mob of irate parents that will be at his door any second now? Don't worry, there's a very good reason we hired these ragtag detectives to spy on and beat up your kids.
Not the words I'd use.
If I hear anything else about you, anything, I'm going straight to the press. I'm under no obligation to cover for anyone. Oh, and your attire is atrocious. When you show up at a school, at least try to look the part. Now go home.
You hear all that, Kaito-san? I have a funny feeling I'm not wanted here. Can I talk to the chairman real quick?
I'm afraid Sawa-sensei's made her point clear. After all, you've satisfied...
Wait. Okay, how about this? That way, I can...
But you can't teach without a license. You don't have...
No, but I do have a lawyer's badge.
You're a lawyer? Well,
Can't we work something out?
I'm afraid so, although... There is always the off chance that you can...
Do you happen to have a kung fu club?
No, there's nothing of the sort.
That's...
Me again. I say it's no use sitting around on our asses, right?
I can't.
Suit yourself.
Aha!
Huh?
I knew it.
Can I help you?
Actually, you already have.
I'm sorry, but do I...
They always say...
It's your voyeur?
I'm talking about your pervy little upskirt scheme. Seriously, hiding a camera...
Yeah, you lost me. Now, if you don't mind,
Oh no, you die of irrefutable proof of your crime. You're wearing the exact same sneaker...
Okay, Sorry, but your evidence is my... In fact, I'm probably not the only person...
You see, before I had covered the floor around the camera with a clear polymer that...
Huh?
It's an oil-based substance, so it... Which means you came bum while wearing the very... Lamenting your misfortune already? That's what...
Mystery.
Now, if you'll follow me
Wait,
to the...
just... There's no way I'd have noticed an invisible sub. But even if I did step in some mystery goop with so many people on campus...
No, only the perpetrator stepped in the coating. And of course, I had the PE... Why don't you just... There's no escape, sir. The camera may be gone. But with that, turns out we're at a supply this... After all, do I need to spell it? Therefore... A chap?
Yeah. Now, I can't give out any details, but having the cops... So, I'd like to resolve this as amicably as possible.
I will agree to one thing only. Here, and make no mistake, I will not be misled by diversion. Hold it right there! If you run away...
Suspicious.
You're Kyoko Amasawa-san, right?
So what if
I saw your flyer.
You're not wrong. Our current advisor got married and quit teaching. And on top of that, the chairman's been reluctant to bring in anyone, but your arrival marks our revival. It would also prove the value of the MRC.
Well, that all sounds fine on paper. You'll need a competent professional in your area of interest.
When you put it that...
Right? How about...
You?
Why not? A Kamurocho-based detective not good enough? Oh yeah. I'm Takayuki Yagami from the Yagami Detective Agency. I was asked to come investigate your school. That's about all I can...
So then, the hidden
I'll let you deduce that yourself. But I will say one thing. I'm here to stop you.
If he wasn't shooting up skirts, then what was he trying to see? Rather, who was he trying to see? Who put him up to?
As I was trying to say, becoming your advisor, I'm not done here by a long shot. But one of your teachers is bent on seeing me.
Really?
Sawa-sensei. She thinks I have no business being here, but if I were to advise your club, so what do you think? It's a win. Oh, and if it's experience you want, believe me, I've been around the block when it comes...
The purpose you stated for being here does fit the circumstance, but I will not so...
A test?
Right this way.
What? Hey!
This is Yagami-san. However, I intend to test him first. See if he's
Fine by me. I'm Kento, and your sister's as nosy as mine.
Please have a seat, Yagami.
After you.
Oh, how kind of... So, Amasawa-san, back to... So, getting back to this test...
Yes. So, based on that being said, I'd also be a fool to take you at your word. If this is a ruse, I'd be unleashing a pervert on the school.
Well, the caution is admirable.
Then you shouldn't mind if I test both your skills as a detective and your character as a person. And once that's over, the club will reach a decision. We'll either accept you as our mentor, or turn you in as a deviant.
I get the picture. So what does this test entail?
Actually, we've been dealing with a rather risky case as of late, so your job is to resolve it.
How risky are we talking?
Well, it's about as risky as it is risque. Yagami-san.
Huh? You mean a younger girl getting...
You know it. Now, our current case involved, it seems that one of our dance club girls has grown a reputation. Unfortunately, I've yet to pin down exactly.
All you know is she's... Well, I understand why you'd want to know. She in danger?
The issue at hand is that she may be doing... Well, we found this out online, but apparently this girl's pretty... She strings the mark along, going on a few dates for an agreement. She gets a large upfront payment for promising to see...
Okay, I can see how that might... I mean, he's paying to date an underage girl and...
You're not wrong. Problem is, her latest mark, I believe rape and murder were his choicest threats.
Oh, yeah.
And now he has his gang roaming the streets, searching high and low. I'd say that establishes the... As soon as we found out, we've been...
Yeah, I get it now. If we don't
I
act...
think we're finally seeing... After all, the truly artful detective can solve incidents...
That's... Could you tell me what the mystery
Primarily, but when the opportunity is ripe, and by that...
Oh, you mean, I've got to say, as a potential advisor...
Oh, don't get me wrong. We don't do this for kids. If we could all be...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, say our investigatory sense... Why, letting such a case slip away...
While I do admire your...
Then shouldn't we hit...
Well, no, let's not...
I take it you see my point.
You make some valid... In any case, now that the situation's clear, just tell me where to start.
It is said that the great Sherlock Holmes was able to freely change his from helpless old woman to shifty-eyed vagrant. He deceived the masses and never lost...
So, you want me to go undercover?
Yep. Any detective worth their salt should have no trouble with that. You're going to infiltrate the dance club as an advisor and return with a lead on the sugar...
Wait, you want...
If it's required, then yes. Those girls are a close-knit group. However, if a cool new stranger gained their trust...
But how am I supposed to be a convincing advisor?
That's okay. It's rare for their advisor.
Oh, great.
If it's any consolation, their current advisor, just give them a few pointers. Act authority.
Easy peasy.
I'm sure you can figure that.
I guess I'll have to prevent...
Good, then let's move. They're in the gym base.
I know her test might be tough, Yagami-san, but I think you...
Huh?
right there. Something's Sayaka Nishi. Hey, Amasawa from the Mystery Research Club. Oh, great. What do you want with us? We're not up to... Calm down. To preface this, I noticed your club advisor hasn't been showing up much lately. Yeah, apparently
he
and
got...
it must be rough trying to choreograph an entire... Yeah, and I see.
Listen, Senpai, I know we might seem...
Don't worry, you don't owe me for this. I'm offering...
potential?
Let's not sweat the small stuff. The important thing is, Yagami-san here said he'd agreed to help you with your routine as a stand-in advisor.
Help with their routine?
Oh my gosh, really? You know, I can tell. So how long have you been...
I'm not.
Oh, so much. I've been literally racking my brain trying to come up with...
Whoa.
Yagami-san, this is your Reichenbach Falls moment. You need to dive head, don't you get it?
No?
Do you think we can get started? We've been practicing and practicing, but we all know our moves and everybody's got rhythm, so all that should, but it feels like we're still, it's really kind of down to the wire to... So can I ask for your...
you know...
I shouldn't have to say this, but keen observation is... And you need to tell them what...
So, the music's not a bad choice, but it'll take more than your average. Have you considered traditional?
Enka? But we can't just start
They have the rhythm, they know that she told you all that. Besides, it'd be demoralizing to make...
I think you're well, you're already, but you were right.
I see what you... If only... Oh!
Ah. Let's take apart one. Why not? Sure did.
That's... Yeah, but we don't...
Well, you're in luck. Well,
no!
Wait.
Of course, we'll get to...
I wouldn't get your...
So, if you're...
Hold it.
Huh?
You know, I've never done this before, though.
Don't be so hard on your... Okay, what we'll do first, while you're watching, keep an eye out for...
Sure.
Okay. And the...
Whoa, but you know what?
That's the spirit. Ready?
Okay, let's go.
You're officially the best! Incredible!
Oh, he's amazing! That was amazing! Like it? Wow! Wait, is that could never do that? Oh my gosh, I hope he doesn't knock someone out! See it?
Oh, look at that! Did you see that?
Yagami-san, what was that just now?
Winning is
I don't think a seasoned
Yagami-san! That was incredible!
Wow.
You're not just a
You're giving
no
an
way,
amateur weight.
and maybe you don't realize it, but you have a gift for this. Well, whatever you call it, we're gonna use every last. You seriously
Hey,
saved our.
I'm just glad.
If it's okay, ever since our and we could all.
If you guys will have.
Oh, you're the best.
I think it's time we headed
Huh?
back now.
So, did I pass?
Indeed, you have. Honestly, every time I've tried to approach her,
Gee, I won.
well, all the more.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, I have.
Yeah?
So, a higher spreading through the news like wildfire is the case. Put those pieces together, but I wouldn't want to hamper any important detective. At any rate, Yagami-san, I'll go and that is to say,
Well, that'd be great.
sure, so long as you're officially considered. Also, we do need another faculty member as a supervisor, but that their only responsibility is signing the paperwork. Our school makes you jump through a lot of hoops just to be welcome.
Yeah, sounds like they won't let in just any.
Yep. The chairman actually promised to sign off. Well, I made it.
What? Reddy told me the clubs
Typical. I doubt he probably thinks. Well, with all that said,
are. Hey, you'll get your chance.
oh, when you have a spare moment, I'd like your advice.
What, you've got some?
Yes. In fact, the sugar baby may. But that's a lot to digest.
Okay. Hey guys, how we all doing? Sweating it out on some layups?
Who are you?
My name's Yagami, and I need to ask the basketball
Okay.
player. There was a student teacher who used to hang around here as recent as...
Oh yeah, Mikashiba.
Anyway, he stopped showing up out of nowhere. Okay, scratch that. Then...
I wouldn't say jerk, but yeah. I mean, he did show.
The club was really good back in his day. That's probably.
So, would you say...
I guess. Wait, where's Coda and them?
Oh, from class.
Something special about class?
Well, yeah.
Star Pu... I do know who you're talking about, by the way.
In a way, Mikoshiba-sensei worked her harder because she hadn't played
See,
basketball.
most of us, so. And Mikashiba-sensei
Wow.
knew...
Oh?
You say Mikashiba like...
Are you saying...
Hey.
That's
He said
not
the way-
true. She's got a nice chat. Anyway, when Mikoshiba-sensei stopped coming, the guys in... Okay.
Are you implying...
Beats me.
Yeah, people like to gossip, but maybe... maybe she's the
Writing... Last thing.
No.
Maybe they're still in their classroom?
Okay, and I think that about does it. Back to work for the boat.
You spacing out on me? Look at me.
You can't face us because you're newsflash.
Yeah. Think about...
Maybe she feels special after what happened at lunch.
doesn't give you the right to ditch practice.
Stop it!
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You think we're letting a stuck-up
You guys still haven't learned...
This fucking guy. Why's your...
Attention students! Be on the lookout for a...
If I were you, I'd watch my...
Say what?
I'm Yagami, from the Yagami Detective Agency. And
bullshit.
I guess word hasn't gotten around? Maybe I'll let a few wisecracks slide, but mark my words, I'll be here every day of the week.
We better get...
Yeah, you do that. Oh, and, not very nice, are they?
I'm fine.
Koda-san, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but as I said, I'm a detective. He started training as a teacher here pretty recently, right? And one day, at the time, did you notice maybe he seemed troubled, or he...
Why?
The basketball club members think you and Mikoshiba might have been close.
They said that?
Well, I suppose there wasn't much truth to what I'd heard then. Don't sweat it. Just so you know, I'm actually going to be hanging around here at the school for a little while longer. If it's cool, I hope we can find a way to be friends. See ya.
Wait a sec. Earlier today, it was your voice that I heard, wasn't it? I just never expected anyone to actually stand up for me in school. But you could say I didn't really stand up to them for myself much either. We all just treated it like it was a normal thing. Sometimes people would even laugh about it. But then, today, something changed.
Leave her alone.
Everyone suddenly decided to take a stand like they'd seen enough. I couldn't believe it. But that first voice, the one that told them to stop, that was your voice, wasn't it, Yagami-san?
Who could say?
I knew it. It was you. Thank you so much for that. Today was eye-opening. I never thought about how horribly I was being treated until everyone stood up for me. What's more, it made me see that I was strong. In fact, I finally stood up to the basketball kids.
So you did. Is that what made you decide to quit the club?
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to play basketball in a real team. I used to read this manga that made it look so cool. In a comic, even if you're a terrible player, the team always tries to lift you up. I tried. I wanted it to work, even if all they did was tear me down. But today, I just up and quit. That's not cool at all, is it?
You did nothing wrong, Koda-san. Truth is, there's a lot of injustice in the world that goes unseen. And some people decide it's easier to be part of the problem than be part of the solution. The kind of people who only feel joy when they see others in pain. You can only do so much to make people see the light. At some point, you've just got to let them go. You know what I mean? Then there's no shame in quitting.
But Yagami-san, I think you can only say that because you're such a strong person.
Okay. In that case, we won't call it quitting.
Huh?
You can play. Doesn't have to be with the basketball club. If you practice, you wouldn't even need a school basketball club to get to where you want to be. If this sport is what you want to do with your life, I guarantee you there's going to be a path for you to take. And all you have to do is find that path. I mean, it's got to be out there. And then you don't have to call it quitting.
I don't know about that. Are you sure? I mean, wouldn't that be cheating?
Come on, try to work with me here.
So, the MRC, you're the advisor? Yagami-san?
Yeah. If you need anything, you just let us know. Anything at all. For example, if you hit any more trouble with those basketball club kids, you find me.
Sure.
You've got this.
Oh, Mr. Detective. Yagami-san, right?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be at practice with everyone else?
Yeah, well, remember Matsune and Sakaki? You know, the two other guys I'm always hanging around? They're ready to talk to you about Mikoshiba-sensei now.
Huh.
Well, Detective, I think they have a lead for you. Hey, you're here on some... You know, Mikoshiba-sensei... That is, if you wouldn't...
Oh.
We kinda have to. How else are we... It would really bite us in the ass if you went in. Will you at least hear us out? Please, be a nice guy. We're